I think the men who struggle with taking accountability for their role in failed relationships are just the men who struggle to turn the ship around. Um, there's a saying, "You're sick and tired of being sick and tired," and when you become sick and tired of being sick and tired, that's when you change your ways. That's where other men come in to the picture to say, "Hey, I've been here before, and this is not what you should be doing," or you might want to change this, you might want to do that. But I think that the men who struggle with it don't want to change their ways. Ultimately, they don't want to get in a straight and narrow path of a man who takes care of his responsibilities, who loves his family, who loves his wife. um, they're just not ready to take on that role. They're still running the streets, they're still doing whatever they want to do, and they'll struggle to take that accountability until they get old and gray and ain't nobody taking care of them.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Lego.
Well, like Marcus said, everything a man does is his fault, his responsibility. And when men struggle taking accountability for their own relationships, I'm a little confused on who's allowing this. Because with a lot of us, I can't say for every man, but a man goes to his homeboy and says, "Yo, man, we ain't together no more. It's because of this, because of that." Most likely, the homeboy gonna be like, "So what you do?" Because the homeboy knows you. He knows you more than a woman knew you, right? So your homeboy gonna be like, "Bro, you tripping? It's your fault." Right? So even if the man tries to blame her, he's gonna put the onus back on him and put him back in the manly role of, you know what, bro, you're right. It was my fault. I need to do better. I need to choose better. Because it's like this. Even if the woman is a hoe or narcissist or this or that, gaslighter, well, he's the one that chose her. He's the one who chose her. So your ex-girlfriend isn't a hoe. Your ex-girlfriend is your choice. So if you chose a hoe, it's still on you because you chose her. So no matter what you try to do to make a scenario out to, oh, she was crazy. Well, that means you have to look into yourself and find out why you are attracted to crazy women, why you're attracted to hoes, why you're attracted to women with daddy issues. What is going on in your life that is causing you to go after? Because we men don't just sit back and wait for a woman to try to talk to us. Women can say that. Women can use it. Oh, well, these type of men talk to me. We don't have that issue. We approach women. We DM women. We talk to women. So if you're trying to talk to a woman and you turn around and find out she's a basket case and you still stay with her, you can't complain about nothing else but your own choices. Every last one of our exes are our choices. So we can't blame them for nothing because we chose them and stayed with them because that person was our girlfriend or boyfriend for a reason. And it's our fault.
All right, we're gonna go to Paradise. Hold on. Go to Paradise and then Casey, you ready? Oh, okay. All right, we go to Paradise, I leave then Casey.
In the words of many, when they talking to women, as a woman, I would just say pick better women.
Okay. Short and sweet. Go ahead, Ali.
Um, I want to point out two things before I go in. The first thing is what Marcus said. I do believe that it is a man's fault if a no, excuse me, let me rephrase that. If a man puts himself in a position where a woman is disrespecting him and he continues to stay with her, he has to take his accountability on continue to stay with a woman who's intolerable or not on his page. The second part that I want to address is the fact that we spoke about how men are in crisis this whole entire time about because the degree of women that they're dealing with. And I want to point out something. Nobody talked about men raping. Nobody talked about man assaulting anybody. Nobody talked about man abusing anybody. Nobody talked about nothing where man was doing anything detrimental to the woman. Almost every man said, if a woman is mistreating you, if a woman's disrespectful, If a woman's out of line, and we're having a discussion on men are in crisis, the fact that I have to, that women are saying, control me, you have to be in control, or a man has to rule with an iron fist. The fact that a man has to keep coming in contact with so many women to have to control women and to have to put them in their place instead of women arriving already as a solidified woman. So I think it's very irresponsible when we're addressing the fact that most women don't even see men. Women are picking the partners. Well, regardless of when we say that women pick who they have sex with, men pick who they have relationships with, but women pick if they're going to be loyal to that guy and follow his instructions. When we talk about this all the time, when women are initiating the divorces, 70, 80%, 90% if they're educated. If women are even picking whether they're going to be loyal to a man that gives them a relationship, we have to really, really break this down and ask ourselves, every time something goes wrong with the woman, if we did something wrong, all the men here would take accountability. A man shouldn't have touched a woman. A man shouldn't have assaulted a woman. A man shouldn't have raped a woman. A man shouldn't have disrespected a woman. He should have never been out of line with a woman. But every time we reverse this, it's a man should have picked better. A man should have vetted. A man should have saw the red flags. A man should have instructed. A man should have led. But again, with respect to everyone, it's ego. Because I can't make Marcus a good man. He's either a good man or he's not. And I can't make Casey or Chelsea or Precious a good woman. She either a good woman or she not. That's a responsibility to come to me like that. So we living in a society where men are given constant instruction to take care of the community, be family orientated. It's his duty to fight and live for the kids, the women, and the children. And we're instructing our women to do what's in their best interest and do what makes them happy. And still in 30 years or up, we're still telling women to engage in self-love and self-discovery, because she doesn't know how to love someone else. So no, the problem with society, why a lot of failed relationships, do some men have a problem with taking accountability for failed relationships? Absolutely. But for most of it, men are getting instruction on how to love and be and take care of the community and be there for their women. Women are not getting instruction no more in this society on how to love and make it their duty to invest in a man. Women are not getting instruction to love. So most of the failed relationships are men not being loved properly and being mistreated. And if we're gonna say it's failed because he's being run over, he's a pushover, and he's weak, when that's exactly when the women are asking for, and they saying men are sassy for that, you want a man to cater to you, be emotionally available, communicate what you want to hear. So you ask to have this type of guy, and now when he's this type of guy, he's a pushover. It's crazy to me. But when a woman shows up masculine, it's his fault for trying to love her and show grace and still take care of her. And again, this is why men are in crisis.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. If we are men and we have an ex-girlfriend, we pick her. Like, what the hell? We picked her. Ain't no woman choosing or picking me. Okay. We as in individuals, all right, whether you're a man or woman, you pick the other person. It's two people in a relationship. I got to pick her and she got to pick me back. So we both are the pickers. So whoever the individual is, regardless of where you are in your life, you pick the person that you're going to start dating, screwing, or in a relationship with, or marriage. A man can't ask a woman, will you marry me? And she turns around and says yes, and said, well, he married me. It's not my fault. You the one who said yes. So you are just as at fault as the other person. This is another problem with men. We literally are talking about a lot of men struggle with taking accountability for their roles in failed relationships. And a man turns around and says, women pick us. And that's the reason why the shit. No, we got to take responsibility for the women that we date. We pick them and the women pick us back. It's the same shit on both ends.